A collection of essays that swept the Chinese-speaking world, Common Sense has sold over 1 million copies and is hailed as the conscience of intellectuals. Have you read this book? It's more than just a book, it's a mirror reflecting the absurdities and hopes of modern society, challenging us to hold fast to reason and conscience in a noisy era. Why has it resonated with countless readers, becoming a beacon in the realm of thought? Let's step into the world of Liang Wendao's words and uncover its secrets. To understand Common Sense, we must first meet its author, Liang Wendao. Born in Hong Kong in 1971 to an ordinary family, Liang showed a love for reading from childhood. In an interview with Southern Weekly, he recalled, "As a kid, I'd hide in bookstore corners, secretly reading philosophy and history books, my first dialogues with the world." This thirst for knowledge laid the foundation for his intellectual journey. Liang isn't a traditional scholar. He graduated from the Chinese University of Hong Kong with a degree in philosophy but chose a path in media and public writing. In the 1990s, he began writing columns for Hong Kong's Ming Pao and Hong Kong Economic Journal, gaining recognition for his sharp wit and vast knowledge. In the 2000s, he hosted 8 minutes of book reviews on Phoenix TV, recommending books in an accessible yet profound way, quickly becoming a star in the Chinese intellectual sphere. His writing style is clear yet deep, blending the rigor of a scholar with the warmth of a storyteller. As cultural critic Xu Zidong put it, Liang Wendao is a rare intellectual who seamlessly bridges academia and the public. Published in 2009, Common Sense compiles Liang's essays from outlets like Southern Weekly and Beijing News, covering politics, democracy, nationalism, education, press freedom, and civic morality. The book's creation was no accident. In the 2000s, mainland China was in a period of rapid growth, with social tensions rising. Hong Kong, meanwhile, grappled with identity issues post-handover. Liang used Common Sense as his lens to reawaken people to fundamental values. In the preface, he wrote, "Common sense isn't lofty theory, it's the truths we all should know but often forget." This line captures the book's mission, to pierce the fog with the light of reason. Writing Common Sense posed dual challenges for Liang. He had to navigate cultural differences between Hong Kong and the mainland to avoid misunderstandings while addressing sensitive social issues candidly yet tactfully. His essays often start with everyday events, a movie, a news story, but lead to profound philosophical reflections. This approach makes his work relatable yet intellectually rich. In 2010, Common Sense was named a Book of the Year and sold over 1 million copies, a testament to its impact. Liang's role as a public intellectual hasn't been without struggles. On a Hong Kong radio show, he admitted that public writing often placed him in a dilemma, maintaining independence while facing pressures from all sides. He chose Common Sense as his weapon, responding to controversies with reason and moderation. This stance stems from his belief in public responsibility. Quoting philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre, he said, "The mission of intellectuals isn't to provide answers but to pose questions." Common Sense embodies this mission, with each essay planting a seed for thought. The book includes dozens of essays, diverse in themes but united by a core question. Why has common sense been lost in modern society, and how can we reclaim reason? Below, we'll explore 7 key essays, dissecting their intellectual core and rhetorical artistry to reveal Liang's insights. In National Shame, Liang starts with Nanjing Massacre Memorial Day to examine how nationalism is misused. He argues that overemphasizing historical trauma can lead to extremes, blind hatred or selective amnesia. He writes, "True remembrance isn't for fueling hate but for facing the future with clarity." This essay calmly dissects nationalism's double-edged sword. Liang's arguments aren't abstract preaching, they're grounded in facts. In 2015, Japanese right-wing scholars tried to deny the Nanjing massacre, sparking a Sino-Japanese media war. Liang's essay reminds us that in historical disputes, common sense means upholding truth, not venting emotions. Harvard historian John King Fairbanks once said, "Nationalism is a shot of adrenaline, but in excess, it's poison." Through historical and contemporary parallels, Liang exposes the dangers of emotional narratives. His words act as a mirror, urging readers to examine their own impulses. He further notes that nationalism's misuse often ties to political manipulation. In the 2010s, some nations used historical issues to deflect domestic unrest, fanning populist fervor. Liang cites a news story: locals smashed foreign-branded cars over historical grievances, unaware the brand was now locally owned. This absurdity highlights the absence of common sense. His analysis isn't limited to China, it's global in scope, offering a universal perspective. In The War of Resistance, Liang critiques the tendency to reduce China's resistance to a simplistic heroic narrative. He points out that the complex contributions of the nationalists, communists, local militias, and ordinary citizens are often overlooked. He writes, "History isn't a black and white fairy tale, it's a reality full of contradictions." This essay reflects his wariness of historical narratives, urging readers to view the past through a multifaceted lens. For example, the 2015 documentary The Eastern Front detailed the full scope of the war, highlighting the uneasy nationalist-communist alliance. Liang's analysis aligns with this, cautioning against turning history into a tool. His prose is like a scalpel, cutting through the haze between propaganda and truth, embodying an intellectual's critical spirit. He adds that the victory wasn't just military, it was a triumph of collective will. In the 1940s, Shanghai residents donated funds to the front lines, while farmers supplied millet and stretchers, details Liang vividly revives. He also addresses history education's responsibility. Many textbooks reduced the war to a few iconic events, ignoring the broader social context. Quoting historian Huang Renew's macro history view, Liang writes, "History's meaning lies not in events alone but in how they shape us." His essay inspires readers to look beyond textbooks and explore history's complexity. In Self-Abuse, Liang examines China's study to suffer educational culture, critiquing the glorification of diligence as self-harm. Citing a news story about a student self-harming due to college entrance exam pressure, he asks, "Is the diligence we celebrate quietly destroying our youth?" This essay strikes at flaws in the education system, resonating widely. Such cases are common. In 2018, a Hejiang senior high student jumped to their death due to academic stress, sparking debates on education reform. Liang not only highlights the issue but traces its cultural roots, Confucianism's hard work ethos, warped in modern times. Quoting philosopher Bertrand Russell, he writes, "Education should free people, not turn them into machines." This blend of Eastern and Western perspectives adds philosophical depth. Liang also critiques parents and society's complicity. Many parents tie family honors to children's grades, ignoring mental health. In 2017, a Beijing mother publicly shamed her daughter for not getting into a top school, fueling online debate. Liang writes, "When we push kids into dead ends, where's common sense?" His words rang like an alarm, calling for education to prioritize humanity. He argues true education fosters critical thinking, not rote memorization. This echoes educator John Dewey's view: education prepares for life, not just exams. In Press Freedom, a cornerstone essay, Liang starts with the detention of a Hong Kong journalist in the mainland to argue why free press is a societal bedrock. He writes, "Without a free press, there's no truth. Without truth, there's no justice. Starting from Hong Kong, this essay goes global, analyzing media's struggles between power and capital. For instance, in 2015, Chai Jing's documentary Under the Dome exposed China's smog crisis but was quickly censored. Liang's essay anticipated this, framing press freedom as a public good, not just a journalistic right. Oxford professor Tim Gardam noted, "Press freedom is democracy's oxygen," and Liang's analysis cuts to its heart. He adds that press freedom erodes from both top-down censorship and bottom-up silence. In 2013, a major outlet was gutted for reporting sensitive issues with journalists. Liang reflects on this chilling effect. He also tackles new media challenges. The social media age makes everyone a publisher, but it also spreads falsehoods. Quoting media scholar Marshall McLuhan, "The media is the message, and technology shapes our cognition." Liang urges readers to stay critical in the information deluge, guarding truth. In Civic Morality, Liang begins with street spitting to explore the lack of civic consciousness. He argues that modern society's moral crises stem from failures in public education, not individual character. He writes, "Civic morality isn't empty slogans, it's our conscious acts in public spaces." This essay elevates daily behaviors to social responsibility. In 2019, a Hong Kong elder was insulted on the subway for calling out in civil acts, sparking debates. Liang's essay aligns with this, stressing that civic morality needs education and systems, not just blame. Drawing on sociologist Myle Durkheim, he writes, "Morality is society's glue. Without it, we crumble." He notes that civic virtue requires role models. During the 2020 Wuhan pandemic, volunteer He Hiking delivered supplies to residents, showing everyday duties. Liang's words inspire readers to act morally. He critiques moral education's flaws. Education's often reduced to slogans and tests, skipping practice. He writes, "Morality isn't memorized answers, it's choices in tough times." This echoes Aristotle's ethics. Virtue grows through habit, not theory. In Democracy, Liang uses Hong Kong's legislative election controversies to probe democracy's essence. He argues democracy isn't just a voting right but a duty to engage. He writes, "Democracy thrives on respecting differences, not fueling division." Though rooted in Hong Kong, this essay speaks universally, tackling democracy's global struggles. During Hong Kong's 2014 umbrella movement, thousands marched for true suffrage. Liang, in media, called for dialogue over conflict. His essay dissects democracy's paradox. It empowers voices but risks fractures. Political scientist John Keane said, "Liang's democracy discourse offers reasons for divided societies." He adds that democracy demands mature citizens, not blind passion. In Taiwan's 2016 election, voters debated policies rationally, a trend Liang foresaw. He stresses democratic education's need. Many see democracy superficially, missing its duties and compromises. Quoting Rousseau, Liang writes, "Democracy is a contract of freedom, bound by self-discipline." His words urge readers to rationally engage in public life, building democracy. In Consumption, Liang critiques consumerism's grip, starting with shopping frenzies like Double 11. He writes, "When consumption defines life, where's common sense?" This essay probes how materialism binds individuals and society. In 2020, China's Double 11 hit $60 billion in sales. Liang unpacks the psychology. Retailers use discounts and timers to spark irrational urges. Citing psychologist Daniel Kahneman's fast and slow thinking, he writes, "Consumer impulses come from fast thinking, common sense needs slow thinking's awakening." He notes consumerism empties not just wallets but spirits. In 2019, Hong Kong's Linda Lam escaped debt through minimalism, reclaiming herself. Liang's call to rethink consumption aligns. He explores how people tie identity to brand purchases, neglecting inner worth. He writes, "True wealth isn't having more, it's needing less." This echoes Thoreau's simplicity, urging spiritual freedom. Common sense emerged in the late 2000s, amid China's and Hong Kong's transitions. In the 2000s, China's GDP soared to second globally, but inequalities widened. Wealth gaps, pollution, and corruption grew, fueling public cries for justice. Liang's common sense sought to spark rational reflection in this climate. His essays often dissect news, like the 2008 melamine milk scandal, exposing greed and weak oversight. He writes, "When profit trumps ethics, common sense becomes a luxury." His critiques call for transparent systems. Economist Heng Weiing said, "Liang's essays are alarms, urging us to uphold values amid economic booms." He warns that growth shouldn't cost morality. In 2012, pollution protests erupted over contaminated water, tensions Liang predicted. He notes urbanization's cultural rifts. Rural youth flood cities, facing identity crises. Liang writes, "Urban glitz hides cultural fractures. Common sense must reconnect tradition and modernity." This echoes sociologist Fei Haotong's From the Soil. As a Hong Konger, Liang keenly felt the city's identity crisis. Post-1997, Hong Kong faced economic shifts and political strife with one country, two systems promises unmet. Common sense tackles Hong Kong issues, like legislative elections, stressing civic engagement. The 2014 Umbrella Movement was a flashpoint, with masses demanding suffrage. Liang wrote, "Democracy respects differences, not division." Sociologist Louis Tai Lok said, "Liang's words are a balm for Hong Kong's torn society." He sees Hong Kong's woes as cultural, too. The 2019 protests deepened divides, with Liang advocating dialogue. He views Hong Kong as a global nexus, economic and cultural. Quoting scholar Akbar Abbas, "Hong Kong's identity is fluid, neither fully Eastern nor Western." Common sense isn't just for Chinese readers, it's global. In the late 2000s, the post-truth era saw misinformation surge. Liang foresaw this, slamming medias for clicks over truth. The 2016 Brexit vote's false claims like 350M saved echo Liang's press freedom warnings. Quoting Hannah Arendt, "Truth opposes power and underpins freedom." He notes social media traps users in echo chambers. In the 2020 US election, fake news spread wildly, with Liang urging truth's defense. He sees globalization's duality: it unites but risks cultural sameness. Quoting sociologist Zygmunt Bauman's Liquid Modernity, Liang writes, "Globalization connects us, yet alienates us." Common sense is a manifesto of intellectual duty, critique, and creation. Liang cites Lu Xun, "There's no road, but many walk it, and it forms." In 2018, Taiwanese writer Lung Ying Tai's Civic forums, with Liang's input, embodied this. He says intellectuals bridge, not divide. Critic Chan Kunchung praised, "Liang's words blend critique's bite with hope's warmth." He sees culture as evolving wisdom. Confucian benevolence and Western liberty can merge, echoing philosopher Mu Zongsan. Common sense critiques but uplifts, posing four questions. Why is common sense scarce? Liang says emotions, bias, and interests warp truth. He writes, "Common sense isn't innate, it's wisdom to learn and defend." This echoes Kant's view of reason as humanity's escape from ignorance. Social media traps us in bias. Liang urges breaking free. How does reason change society? Through dialogue and reflection, Liang says. His open-ended essays spark thought, like Lung's 2018 forums. Reason takes courage, as scholar Liu Jilin showed in 2021, facing backlash for exposing fraud. What's a citizen's duty? Liang says every person builds society. Morality is action. Volunteers like Linda Lam in 2020 cleaned communities, embodying Liang's civic call. How is culture passed on? Culture is a living soul, renewed through innovation. In 2019, the Palace Museum's creative products blended old and new, which Liang praised. He writes, "Culture isn't a museum piece, it's life's flowing water. Common sense is a call to reason and hope." Liang's words pierce the era's haze, reviving faith in truth, justice, and duty. In a noisy, divided age, his prose is a clear stream, guiding us to core values. He writes, "Common sense is a faint flame, but guard it, and it lights the way." Let's draw courage from common sense, face challenges with reason, and act to rewrite our era's story. Liang's words aren't just for 2009, they're for every moment seeking truth.